Hello, dear friends of Hoai Ca. Have you ever thought about how a single unexpected moment can change everything? Just when life seemed to settle down, Ha suddenly walks back into the picture. But he doesn't come empty-handed. He brings with him a piece of news that leaves both Hoai Ca and her mother completely stunned. What could it be? A surprise gift? A promise about the future? Or maybe a sign of a turning point that's about to reshape their lives forever? The answer is something you won't want to miss. Stick with us until the very end of this video to uncover the secret Ha has brought and see whether this joy will be enough to change Hoai Ca's life once and for all. It was a quiet afternoon in Hoai Ca's yard. Mrs. Bay sat beside a woven basket, her thin hands moving quickly as she sliced banana stalks and mixed feed for the chickens. The steady rhythm of the knife against the cutting board blended with the cheerful chirping of chicks, a simple country life that might have gone on unchanged, if not for a surprise about to arrive. From a distance, the figure of a man approached step by steady step. It was Ha, the son who had been away working for so long. He didn't call out right away. Instead, he slipped behind his mother and gently placed his warm hand over her eyes. "Who's there? You nearly scared me," she gasped. And then came a laugh, deep, familiar, and filled with love. "It's me, Mom." Her face lit up instantly, her eyes brimming with tears of joy. After months apart, all the longing and waiting seemed to spill over at once. Ha sat down beside her, helping gather the greens while sharing news from his job. He told her he'd been promoted to manager, the work now steady and less grueling than before. Yet no matter how busy the city kept him, the ache of missing his family and his hometown never left his heart. His mother listened quietly, a gentle smile tugging at her lips. She said that since moving in with Hoai Ca, she hadn't had to do much at all, just tending to the garden and the chickens, while the young woman insisted she rest. It was peaceful here, but deep down, she still missed her old home. Those first nights in a new place, she admitted she could hardly sleep. Ha grew quiet guilt flickering in his eyes. He offered to take her back soon, but she shook her head, insisting they wait for Hoai Ca to return from the market, otherwise the girl would worry. Their conversation drifted to little things, the kind that make life whole. Ha asked about Tony, the young nephew. His mother's face softened as she said Tony was a sweet boy, always clinging to her, filling the house with laughter that eased her loneliness. Ha's throat tightened. After long shifts, all he ever longed for was to come home to see his mother, his sister, and Tony. He admitted almost sheepishly that he hadn't had time to bring her a gift. But she only smiled, her voice firm and full of love. "I don't need anything, son. Just knowing you're healthy is enough for me." The moment hung in the air, wrapped in the sounds of country life, the chickens scratching for feed, the wind whispering through the banana trees. A small woman, strong and tender. A son who suddenly felt like a child again as he held her hand. His voice broke as he whispered, "I've missed home so much, Mom." And with a smile as gentle as the earth itself, she answered, "I know. Being away means missing home. But that's how we learn to cherish these moments when we're together again." Just then, Hoai Ca appeared in the distance. A soft smile lit up her face, the kind that comes after a long, busy day when every effort feels worthwhile. Leaning casually against the gate, Ha caught sight of her familiar figure, and a strange calm washed over him, mixed with pride. The empty basket in her hand said it all. Their hard work wasn't just sold at the market, it was trusted, valued for its honesty, and the purity of their land. From the porch, their mother stepped out, her kind eyes following every move. She saw clearly the quiet joy radiating from those slender shoulders, the same shoulders that had carried so much for the sake of the family. Gratitude and warmth swelled in her chest. Since moving in with Hoai Ca and little Tony, she no longer faced lonely meals. Each day began with care, each dinner flavored with love. Ha moved closer to his mother, noticing how the years had worn her down. This time, home would be short, just a single day. Demands from work, new responsibilities, and endless projects left him no choice but to return quickly. Guilt tugged at him, knowing his mother longed for more time together, yet duty pulled him away. The small yard filled with the hush of the evening breeze, carrying the scent of freshly washed greens. Hoai Ca set down her basket, wiped the sweat from her brow, and quietly listened as mother and son spoke. She understood Ha's burden, felt his worry, and silently she hoped he would find peace, knowing that at home someone was here to care for his mother and shoulder the weight he couldn't. The older woman spoke softly about her life with Hoai Ca, about full meals, Tony's laughter, and the tenderness shown to her each day. Her voice trembled, but her eyes shone with happiness. Compared to her lonely past, she now woke each morning in a true home, wrapped in love that soothed the weariness of age. Ha's chest tightened as he listened. Love for his mother, respect for Hoai Ca, and a quiet ache all mingled together. He promised himself that one day, when his career was steady enough, he'd return for good take on projects closer to home, so his mother wouldn't have to wait and his wife wouldn't have to carry it all alone. Beside him, Hoai Ca didn't need many words. The look in her eyes was enough a silent vow that she would care for his mother, nurture the family, and keep everything together until he could come home. For her happiness wasn't something distant. It was right here, seeing his mother healthy, Tony's laughter filling the yard, and Ha working with peace of mind. In that quiet moment, Hoai Ca's thoughts drifted back to Hung. It had been so long since they'd spoken, and though time and distance had pulled them apart, the ache of missing him never really faded. Hesitant, she asked her mother if she could borrow the old number to try reaching him. Her mother didn't press, only gave a gentle smile and nodded. With trembling fingers, Hoai Ca tapped in the familiar digits. The dial tone stretched on endlessly, each second pounding against her chest like a drum. Then it came. His voice, deep, steady, and instantly familiar, though colored by distance. Just one word. Hello was enough to flood her with memories. She introduced herself, her words brief, yet full of emotion. And just like that, the fragile thread of conversation began weaving them back together. Hung was surprised to hear she now had a new phone thanks to Jo. He congratulated her, though a flicker of unease lingered beneath his tone. His voice carried warmth, but also weight, as if hiding burdens he couldn't quite share. He spoke of his work far away, hard, exhausting, a place where everything had to be built up from nothing. Still, he pressed on with quiet resilience, determined not to let those at home worry. Hoai Ca listened intently, her heart tightening with sympathy. She shared her own life, her mother now living with her. Tony's laughter, echoing through the small house, turning it into a place of warmth and belonging. Simple days, but rich in family love, easing the emptiness inside her. Then the tone shifted. Hung mentioned the debt he still owed to Jo. His words slowed, hesitant, carrying the weight of guilt. He said he'd called Jo asking for more time to pay it back little by little. In his voice, Hoai Ca could hear the heaviness of a man carrying too much. She didn't scold, didn't pry. Instead, she offered gentle encouragement, telling him to take care of his health, that somehow things would work themselves out. The call ended quickly. Hung was busy promising to call again when he had a rare break. The final beep, beep, left a hollow quiet in the little house. Lowering the phone, Hoai Ca sat with her thoughts swirling. The joy of hearing his voice again was tangled with the sorrow of distance, like a river flowing backward, pulling her heart in two directions at once, noticing the quiet sadness in his sister's eyes. Ha spoke gently, trying to comfort her. He reminded her that now she had a phone, and though Hung was far away, the two of them could stay connected. Even short calls, he said, could bridge the distance, turning miles into moments and keeping their bond alive. His words settled into her heart, leaving Hoai Ca feeling both comforted and reassured. The midday sun poured down on the brick courtyard, its heat heavy and dry. Glancing at her brother, then at her mother, Hoai Ca suddenly had an idea. Instead of rushing off, why not sit together for a simple meal to stretch out this rare time they had? She spoke softly, suggesting they stay rest through the hottest part of the day and head home once the air cooled in the evening. Her mother immediately nodded in agreement. She knew how seldom her son was able to visit, and every hour with him was a gift. The thought of him walking back under the blazing sun made her uneasy. Better to stay, she thought, with rest, with food, with laughter shared around the table. Hoai Ca hesitated for just a moment, then smiled. Deep down, she wanted it too. One meal together, simple but whole. Her mother often said happiness wasn't about big things. Sometimes it was just a family gathered at the table, sharing food, sharing love.